I've been in the public eye since 5. And, you know, before there was an Usher, there was an Orlando Brown. Before there was a Tiana Taylor, there was an Orlando Brown.
You're a legend. No denying that.
Before there was a Bow Wow, there was an Orlando Brown. Before there was a Sierra, there was an Orlando Brown. I feel like a lot of people understand that, you know, you just got to be careful with what you play with when you're playing with the intelligence of a certain individual. They want to play with themselves. Oh, well, he's talking to code. No, I said I'm not giving my asshole up. That's not a code. Ain't no code to that. What I know and what I don't. I know what I know and I know what I don't. I can tell you about what I...
Whispers have circulated through Hollywood for years, and Orlando Brown has emerged as a voice exposing the pressure and control behind the spotlight. What once seemed unpredictable was his way of showing the reality of navigating an industry built on image and silence. This isn't about scandal. It's about the cost of surviving a system that punishes honesty while demanding perfection. His clarity is finally cutting through the noise.
I feel like a lot of people understand that, you know, you just got to be careful with what you play with when you're playing with the intelligence of a certain individual. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you be careful, because normally where there's smoke, there's fire. Nobody's gonna keep on, you know, poking at the bear if there's nothing to poke at the bear with, you know. And back then I was poking at the bear, bro. Like, I was poking at the bear. Nobody was you know, caring, and, you know, everybody thought, oh, well, just stop posting and all this, you know. And now it's starting to make sense, because it's not about hiding anymore, and a lot of people have been hiding. I got in my Diddy mode. I'm sorry, I started licking my lip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh-gosh goosh-wash. You gave me the oosh-gosh muaf. The swoosh-wash. Diddy. Yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the oosh-gosh muash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the oosh-gosh muash. Bro, the requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the bitch, but he wants you. He ain't worried about that bitch. he is not worried about that bitch.
What looked like gibberish wasn't nonsense at all. It was a survival code. Orlando knew that speaking plainly about the industry's inner workings could put him in danger, so he disguised the truth in chaos. And now, with key players facing scrutiny, the warnings he sounded in his own unique way are starting to make sense. But it wasn't just about protecting himself. He was safeguarding everyone too afraid to speak out, revealing a system that rewards silence and punishes honesty.
To play crazy.
Why wouldn't it work?
Hey.
The oosh gosh whoosh wash. Orlando's brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all spent time with him.
We did.
Yeah. He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long.
No. I can only...
That he does is a character. Actually, the shit he does online is the best acting he does.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
You know?
Jaguar Wright recognized from the start that Orlando Brown's public moments weren't chaos. They were a shield, a way to survive an industry that punishes honesty. He grew up inside the spotlight, witnessing the pressures, hidden rules, and control that shape careers. His story isn't scandal. It's about navigating a system that tests young talent and often demands silence to survive.
I've been in the public eye since 5. And, you know, before there was an Usher, there was an Orlando Brown. Before there was a Tiana Taylor, there was an Orlando Brown.
You're a legend. No denying that.
Before there was a Bow Wow, there was an Orlando Brown. Before there was a Sierra, there was an Orlando Brown. It's levels to this shit,
levels.
Bro.
It's
levels. It's definitely levels to this. So if you want me to act high, I'll act high. If you want me to act drunk, I'll be drunk. If you want me to say some Raven shit, I'll say some Raven shit. You know, it's now we're watching these interviews, and like I've said before, it's at 1 hour and a half, and we're not turning this into a movie. Who needs to be fired? Who needs to be fired? We're watching these interviews at 100, like at 100 plus minutes. Is what I'm saying to you. And who needs to be fired for allowing me to keep sitting? What did they want to see? They labeled it whatever they want to label it. That's why I don't care. They can label me whatever they want to label me. You can't put me in a box. It's the Holy Spirit. By any means necessary, it's going to shine bright. By any means necessary. I'd have been arrested, set up, damn near almost every damn day. But it's how you maneuver.
Orlando's public moments weren't breakdowns. They were survival, shaped by decades in the industry. He learned early that speaking too openly could make you a target, so he cloaked the truth in chaos to stay alive. Hollywood rewards image over honesty, and he watched the game play out. Invitations, parties, and backstage passes weren't just social, they were power. Careers rose and stalled based on access, and Orlando saw the hunger, the desperation, and the unspoken rules that everyone had to navigate. He wasn't losing control, he was staying one step ahead of a system built to consume anyone who dared to speak.
If you're on the outside looking in and you become a person that can be close to Puff, man, you made it, is what you're thinking.
Okay.
You never thinking these problems is going to happen, but when he pull his dick out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You better suck it.
So it's not just you better suck it. It's you better fuck it and suck it.
Yeah. And hire some other dudes to suck it too.
Yeah. So it's like, and now I'm like, nigga, that's what you was doing? Like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I can't vouch for that. I can say you was a good friend, you was a good family member, and I can say that you was definitely, a good uncle and all that. I don't know your parties.
This wasn't networking. It was a system designed to test loyalty and ambition. Orlando understood the cost because he refused to play by those rules. While others sacrificed for access, he observed, memorized, and pieced together the mechanics of Hollywood's inner circle. The parties weren't just celebrations, they were transactions, and Orlando was quietly keeping track of it all.
What I'm capable of. They want to play with themselves. Oh, well, he's talking in code. No, I said I'm not giving my asshole up. That's not a code. Ain't no code to that. I'm not bending on even no couches. Y'all ain't running up my asshole. Ain't no studio for me to go get ripped and be looking like somebody's funny. Get the out of here. None of that.
When the truth started closing in, panic rippled through even the most polished personas. Some lashed out, contradicted themselves, and tried to control a narrative that had already slipped away. But Orlando had seen it all before. The patterns, the pressure, the masks. While others scrambled, he stayed steady, gathering the pieces and understanding the system better than anyone. The chaos around him only confirmed what he already knew. In Hollywood, survival isn't about denial. It's about recognizing the truth before it catches you.
About this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had sex.
I mean, to each their own. And why would they not have sex when they're gay rappers?
They.
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Who's we?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I didn't know. It's news to me.
Everybody, Rick Ross knows.
You think Rick Ross would sign a gay rapper?
Rick Ross knows he's...
When explosive stories started circulating, many scrambled to guess what was real and what was rumor. Orlando didn't need speculation. He spoke with the clarity of who had seen the industry's hidden mechanics up close. He connected the dots that others missed, revealing patterns of behavior, power plays, and behind-the-scenes influence that the public hadn't even begun to notice. While others flailed in confusion and misdirection, Orlando stayed focused, naming truths with the confidence of someone who had spent decades navigating Hollywood's unseen networks.
He got locked up. Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, I can't. You can't take back what your butthole received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will. With Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage?
Yeah.
Alright, Will Smith. Then they got the Carl Winslow. Yeah, they got a lot, bro. It's a lot coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Orlando speaks with a precision that demands attention, detailing industry secrets, patterns, and moments that most wouldn't dare mention aloud. His insight isn't idle gossip. It's a map of how power, control, and influence really operate behind the scenes. He's seen the cycles of pressure and survival from the inside, observing how young talent is shaped, challenged, and sometimes hardened to navigate the system. What emerges from that world isn't just fame, it's a new kind of resilience, forged by learning the rules, recognizing the dangers, and knowing how to survive when everyone else is too afraid to speak.
You call him Gusher?
I said Usher is a gusher. That's what I said. I said Usher is a gusher. It was nice.
I don't even want to know why you say
His whole thing is accusing everybody of being on some mystery Illuminati gate shit, right?
So what? They shouldn't have showed me their coochie.
Orlando wasn't tossing out wild nicknames for shock value. He was using symbolic language to describe how certain artists, once vulnerable, eventually became part of the same system that shaped them. His metaphors weren't about mockery. They were warnings about how influence can transform people over time. In his view, some who entered the industry as victims later adopted the very patterns they once feared, passing them down to newcomers who didn't yet understand the rules. Orlando's point wasn't about scandal. It was about the disturbing cycle of pressure, survival, and transformation within an industry that molds rising talent into reflections of the forces that once controlled them.
But a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile on your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. What kind of asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them to go.
Orlando's revelations sent ripples through Hollywood, exposing the pressure and high-stakes games behind the scenes. Some scrambled to manage their image, reacting publicly in ways that only highlighted the tension they were under. While many tried to stay silent or handle things quietly, Orlando had already connected the dots, showing how the system molds, pressures and forces those within it to navigate carefully or risk being consumed. His insight wasn't gossip. It was a clear view of survival in an industry where every move is watched and every misstep has consequences.
Shit to do with Puffy. So y'all can stop all their videos. Stop all of that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's.
That wasn't just damage control, it was panic. When Orlando hinted at hidden industry secrets, the reaction made it clear how much weight these revelations carry. His insight into what's behind the curtain forces even the most careful players to rethink every move, proving that in Hollywood, knowledge can be as dangerous as fame itself.
I'm not condoning what it sounds like on when Will Smith get in on video and camera and audio. I'm not trying to condone what it sounds like when Meek Mill get in the, you know what I'm saying, and saying on camera, on video. I'm not trying to get all in between the business of Reginald Bill Johnson getting in that, and all that other shit, but what I'm talking about is some real gangster shit and some real G is, you wanted that dick in your ass. You wanted that extra $1 million or whatever the case may be, and you can't blame the person that gave it to you. And that's Puff like the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna blame that man, because he like the, I was like, yo man, no thank you. That's simple, man. I got a couple $1 million just saying I don't want to tell your truth. You know what I'm saying? Tell your truth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to certain things, like, yo man, tell the truth. You get, but if you want to stay in the room, man, you will get, and a lot of people got Puff, fuck a lot of people, and it's not nothing wrong with how he them. It's all on video and audio. Yeah. And that's what they up at. You can tell me Puff going away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that.
Orlando isn't throwing names around. He's showing the patterns of power and survival in Hollywood. Some players follow the rules, make sacrifices, and still find themselves expendable. They learn that compliance doesn't guarantee safety. The system rewards usefulness, not loyalty. Orlando has seen it all, and his insights reveal the harsh reality. In this world, staying alive means understanding the game better than anyone else.
It's not right, man. So what the f I'm living for? Like, why the f I'm on this earth for? Like, why? Like, Osiris, why you haven't even? Like, why you haven't even? Like, this crash. Like, this do something that like, at this point, like, why the f you on this earth still? Like, why you still? Why the f you? Like, why the hell you on this earth? Why? When nobody you, it's like, you don't have nobody. Like, what the f are you on this earth for? I can't even see my kids. Like, what the? I haven't made no music. I haven't made no money for music. Like,
that breakdown wasn't just career frustration. It was the collapse of someone who realized the system takes more than it gives. Sacrifices meant to secure a place in the spotlight often come with humiliation instead of reward. Even when he tried to warn others, his voice was dismissed, showing how quickly the industry silences those who see the truth.
Industry is not what you think it is. Don't let these people fool you, man. Before in the social media, I'm gonna give y'all a little background of me, man. Like, my life is not perfect, man. Don't think because I'm on Instagram showing this, showing that, I don't got a perfect life either. And I want you to understand that just because all these rappers show all this money and show all this fame, don't think their life is good. It's not. These people are always faking and let you know that this is not what y'all want. Do something that's low-key. Do something that can help you out other than being a target or a flashy. Because God can take this away from you real quick. And it's not a blessing from God. And I tell people that 24/7, this is the devil's game. It is not. This is not no God's game. This right here is for you to look up to me. This right here for you to look up to me. This right here is for you to look up to me. If I don't wear this, you don't look up to me. If rappers don't do what they do, you won't look.
Sound familiar? Like Orlando, others have tried to expose the hidden pressures behind Hollywood's glitz, only to have their warnings dismissed as drama or eccentricity. They were showing the system in action, revealing how it shapes and sometimes consumes young talent. Orlando isn't naming random celebrities. He's highlighting patterns of influence and survival, showing how even the most celebrated success stories can hide the costs and compromises behind the rise to the top.
In order to be where he's at. Now, I don't know if it was Kevin that pissed him off. I don't know who it was that pissed him off. But I do understand that the comedy world is nothing to play with. And since, Richard Pryor left us, God rest his soul, it's more like, everybody's trying to be Richard Pryor, and I can't put myself in position to not understand why Kevin been pissing off a lot of people, comedically, you know what I'm saying? And I think that instead of trying to bash somebody that knows what they're talking about and bash somebody that has respect in the comedy world, I think that they need to look deeper into why is he letting this information go? Why is this information just now being released? Why? I mean, come on. Why does his chain look bigger than any rappers that I've ever seen rap? Why, out of all the comedians, does he still have a $3 million mansion in Malibu? Why, out of every single comedian, does he still get picked on, but still looks like he's getting a check for nothing, just to sit on his couch, and everybody else look like, there has been.
Hollywood careers don't always rise on talent alone. Unseen forces, pressure, and powerful gatekeepers often shape the path to the top. Orlando's perspective highlights how silence can be dangerous and how protection lasts only as long as you remain useful. Once you step out of line, the same system that lifted you can let you fall. And what we've seen so far is likely just the tip of a much deeper, more complex network operating behind the scenes.
He actually caught HIV, having a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G?
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
Jaguar is pointing to a hidden network of secrets in Hollywood where careers and reputations are protected at any cost. She's highlighting the pressure, the compromises, and the lengths some go to keep the system running. Her warnings aren't idle. They show how the industry shields its power while forcing others to navigate carefully. Denials and damage control only go so far. The truth, when it comes out, has a way of changing everything.
Do you think the videotapes will ever be released?
Do we live in America?
He said, do we live? There's a dog.
Because I will tell you, if you just pay attention to the testimony, there were videos on an iPad that the employees had access to, right? And you can't tell me, anyone who's watching this, they've been anywhere and something was going down and somebody said, hey man, give me a copy of that. Right?
Yep.
I mean, we can go back to the R. Kelly tape. That was VHS. You know how hard it is to make a copy of a VHS? and it was probably 30 or 40 of them tapes in every neighborhood. Right? Now we're talking about digital. Now we're talking about, hey man, airdrop me that video. Right? Hey.
Spread like wildfire.
Exactly. Because I am pretty sure either through the dark web or through one-sided consent of some sort, it's going to be released.
The industry's secrets are closer to the surface than ever, and those who've stayed silent may soon face the consequences of the system they've navigated. Orlando Brown's warnings, once dismissed as erratic, are now revealing patterns and pressures that shape careers behind the scenes. When the hidden truths finally emerge, there will be no spin, no shortcuts, and no easy exits. Hollywood's most carefully guarded reputations could be tested, and the question remains, who will survive the reckoning, and how deep do these cycles of power really go?